What it do? Welcome to the podcast. Today we're gonna talk about something real quick. It's gonna be my first podcast. I ain't doing no guests right now, but look, we're gonna talk about brain and heart coherence. And what I'm picking up is like how people could, how your vibrations and frequencies can be lowered, in which that could trigger some type of heart attack or some type of disease on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes down to brain heart coherence, I'm feeling like that's like some type of deadly sin, bro. It gotta be deadly sins out here that you can perform on people that that's like cursed on certain rounds. I'm surely that their performance is cursed on some round of existence. People with negative brain heart coherence. I just feel so bad about it because it's like people can die with it. Like you just playing mental. Some people might think that it's just like a mental game they playing with people, and it's just like something you doing to manipulate somebody's energy. But literally, that same stuff you doing could probably kill them folks one day. It's just crazy, I wish I could bring some guests in and they give you an input on it, but this is a intellectual discussion that we having. So what I can do is break down brain heart coherence. Basically your heart talks to your brain, you know, and it's stuff in between that flows. It's energy that flows and neurotransmitters that flows in between, you know, them two performing. So all I gotta say is like for people that's out here really manipulating people energy, and some telling me on some level of life, some people don't know the intelligence behind energy, conducting energy and using energy. So at some point it's kind of like, how can you speak on something that most people do that they don't know that what they doing? People don't know that. People just think that they be an asshole and shit. But it's like you really triggering somebody's illness. You gotta think about how deep this shit goes. The thing about it is people be unhealthy. So if you're unhealthy and your brain is unhealthy and your heart is already unhealthy based on your diet, then somebody coming to you and then affecting your flow on a little bit of energy that you do got left, that shit is crazy. I really want people to give me an input on it if they understand what I'm talking about. Like I said, this is an intellectual high class conversation that I'm having. So yeah. Well, what I can say about it is like I'm bothered and triggered by it, but I'm conscious enough to not let people bother me in that way. And the best thing you could do is like not allow people around you that lowers your vibration or get on your nerves or something. Just don't let them fuck be around you because it's important for you. Like when you growing up, that's why you see people have bald spots, have gray hair, and all type of stuff going on with them because they allow these energies to be around them. I'm not, man. This podcast is a PSA to people out here that lowers people's vibration. If you don't know that you're doing it, if you know, most people know that they getting on somebody's nerves and they know how to trigger people. So it's just like you know what you're doing, but it's a deeper intelligence behind what you're doing. And if you're gonna continue to doing it, then I just come to say I hope that you gonna be willing to face the consequences behind it because it ain't gonna be the police that come get you for that. That's one thing that I really believe in, the consequences behind it. the consequences behind mental abuse is almost more strict and more worse than jail. The consequences are more worse than jail because people who do physical crimes, they got jail to worry about. They got the police to worry about. But these mental crimes people is committing, that's killing people, making people do crazy stuff, is, you have to pay that back on the spiritual realm. So, when people be out here struggling, they ain't got nowhere to turn to, and they ain't got nothing. They just come from the consequences of them folks being mental abusive and being negative in the heart to brain coherence. Yeah. So the next time we have a topic, if I can get my comments up, we can have an intellectual conversation together. Thanks for being on.